I'm sure you guys have a ton of questions, so I'm basically just making this video to explain myself and what was going on my end so that you guys aren't so in the dark about this. I'm sure most of you guys know about the drama that's been surrounding me and my ex-girlfriend Sophie. Before I say anything else, I just want to say I'm so sorry to Sophie. Sophie is literally the sweetest girl I've ever met, and she did not deserve any of this. She has literally been nothing but perfect to me this entire relationship. When me and Sophie started dating about a year and a half ago, I had absolutely no idea.
Well, I'm glad we got all that out in the open.
I met Sophie when I was 16 years old, and she was a few years older than me, and we were obviously in very different points in our life. When our relationship started to get a little bit more serious, that is when social media found out, and you guys loved us as a couple, which was great, but also put a ton of pressure on the relationship. As time went on, I felt I was too young and too immature to be in a relationship this serious at such a young age. When this started to really freak me out, I tried to do what I should have done, and I went to her house and I tried to end the relationship. However, I definitely could have done a better job on my part of explaining the whole situation to her, because on her end, it seemed very out of the blue why I was trying to break up with her and completely random, because there's no way that she could have known how or why I felt this way, because again, we were in different points in our life. On top of that, Sophie was literally the perfect girlfriend, so it was really hard to explain to her that I just wasn't ready to be this committed to somebody before I was even 18. Throughout that conversation, she ended up actually convincing me to stay, and I hate myself every day for not just being a man and breaking it off when I knew I should have. But also in the back of my mind, I kind of knew
I feel like I've seen this exact same story before.
I didn't know what the hell I was going to tell you guys, because you know, as our relationship went on, the Dofi fans were getting stronger and stronger, and you guys loved us. After that conversation, we just continued to date.
I don't know.
None of that happened.
I'm beginning to have some second
just
thoughts.
Because we didn't talk about it didn't mean I stopped feeling that way. Don't get me wrong, Sophie was literally my best friend, so I loved hanging out with her, and we made so many amazing memories that I'm never gonna regret, and I'm always gonna remember. But this was when, you know, being too immature and not ready started to affect our relationship negatively. I felt trapped in our relationship, and I made some choices that I am always gonna regret. There are absolutely no excuses for what I did. There are so many better ways that I could have approached the situation. But again, I was young and stupid, and I should have just broken it off when I had the chance. I feel absolutely horrible because Sophie did not deserve this at all. She was nothing but
you're saying we can't have nice things?
She was the sweetest girl ever.
Well, if you change
your mind, this. I do not deserve her. And Sophie, if you're watching this, I am truly so sorry. After what happened, I was kind of expecting Sophie just to cut me off and never talk to me again. But she decided she wanted to give me a second chance.
What? Why would she want to give you a second chance?
Trying to rekindle our relationship,
so you took it like a man, huh?
Work, and we ended up
I'm sorry to hear that.
The way things ended were actually very mature and respectable. We had a couple long conversations about it, and we both agreed that I need to grow up a bit, and that I wasn't mature enough to be in this relationship, and we left it off as still friends. I do not blame her for being upset at me or mad at all. I just felt the need to make this video because obviously in her video, she didn't actually explain any of the information. Again, I'm not trying to make any excuses for myself. I know that I'm completely in the wrong. I should have known I wasn't ready to be in a serious relationship, and I should have broken it off when I had the chance. I was selfish and immature, and it resulted in me hurting somebody that I care about a lot. To all the Dofi fans out there, I also want to say I'm so sorry. I know you expected more of me. I'm still growing and maturing as a person, and having tens of millions of eyes on your high school relationship at 17 was just not at all something I was ready for, and as a result, I hurt so many people, and for that, I am so sorry. I would also like to
I am
apologize
going to say
my
it again,
friends,
but
my
in
family,
Chinese.
and AMP. I want it to be clear that I am fully responsible
And my
for
dog.
my actions. Nobody else should be blamed for any of this. I'm gonna stay off social
I,
media for a
for
little bit
one,
and just
am
kind of
shocked
focus on
that this
myself
is
because
happening.
I feel like that's what I need to do. I would really appreciate if you guys could just give me some space and some privacy while I navigate through this part of my life. Again, I'm
sure
so
you'll be
sorry to
fine.
everybody that's affected, and a huge sorry to Sophie. You deserve